Hi everyone. So I don't know if you've watched the new Matlock show. I think it's pretty interesting show, but lacking in ethics sometimes. So there's a moment in the new Matlock series that really caught my attention. Um, Not because it was dramatic, but because it kind of revealed something about how Americans think. Matlock is talking to a priest, and she asks, "Should we go Old Testament on them?" And the priest says, "Yes." And it's meant to be a clever line, but underneath that humor is a mindset that really shows up everywhere in our American society. That phrase, go Old Testament on them, it isn't about love. It isn't about preventing future harm. It isn't it's actually about justice, which is, retaliation. It's about giving way to anger. Really anger, giving this anger a moral costume so it can look around, go around looking respectable, but it's not. Anger is always evil. Righteous wrath is always evil. Always. Only love should be in our hearts. I mean, I guess I'm a Buddhist, so I'm, kind of very different from American society, but only love should be in our hearts. If we have anger in our hearts, we need to work on that first so we can have positive effects in the world. And when anger arises, as it does for me and everybody else, the work is to recognize it, acknowledge it, that it's evil, and transform it into love before we act. And that's the part that we really rarely stop to examine, because the moment we start working towards justice, we're really on the wrong path. We stop, when you're on the path of justice, you stop asking, how do we help? How can we love while preventing future harm? We stop, when you're working for justice, you really stop understanding, where are the people coming from? We stop asking, what's their point of view? We stop asking, why did it happen? We stop asking how to prevent it from happening again. Instead we jump straight to the part where someone gets punished, and then we tell ourselves that that's righteousness. But retaliation doesn't heal anything. It doesn't repair the relationships. It doesn't reduce suffering in the world. It doesn't make the world a safer or a better place to live. It doesn't prevent future harm. It just repeats the cycle with a new target. And that's why I say justice is a form of evil. Accountability is good, right? Accountability helps people learn if we do it with love. Putting people in jail is good because it prevents them from harming others. Going towards justice is evil. Listening to our anger is evil, no matter how justified it feels. In fact, the more justified it feels, right? Justification of wrongdoing is the definition of evil. Harming people always spreads suffering, no matter who your target is. So instead of seeking justice, we need to transform our anger and hurt into love, and then ask how to most effectively prevent harm in the future for ourselves and for others, and even for the person who caused the harm. Buddha taught that hatred never ends hatred, only love ends hatred. That's not sophist, that's not passivity, it's the truth, right? It means you cannot extinguish a fire by throwing more fire on it. Buddha said holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at somebody else. You are the one who gets burned. So when I look at that Matlock moment, I don't really see a joke. I'm horrified by that whole mentality. I see a real reflection of how evil our society thinks today. This belief that hurting somebody back is the same as making things right. That belief is really dangerous. It keeps this world locked into the same patterns of harm, and that only causes more suffering. And there is another way, a better way, a way that actually reduces suffering instead of multiplying it. And that's love and prevention. Love does not mean letting people get away with harm. It means understanding the conditions that created it. It means seeking the humanity of everyone involved, even the person who caused the harm. And prevention means setting boundaries, putting people behind bars so they can't do it again, removing offenders from society so they cannot hurt other people, changing the systems and creating environments where harm is less likely to happen in the first place. And that's courage. That's real responsibility, and that's real effectiveness. So when somebody says, let's go Old Testament on them, that's a very evil mindset. I hear a deeper truth that people in our society are addicted to the idea that aggression and violence fix things, but it doesn't. It never has. What fixes things is compassion and love paired with wisdom. What fixes things is refusing to add more harm to the world. What fixes things is choosing understanding over retaliation, even when anger just feels so easy. But anger is the route of cowards. Love is the route of courage. If we want a world with less suffering, we have to stop confusing justice with anything good. We have to stop giving anger a halo. And we have to start practicing the kind of love that actually prevents harm instead of perpetuating it. And that's the shift, that's the work, and that's how we break the cycle. I hope this is helpful. Subscribe.